A remarkable engineering feat is underway at one of Broadway's most iconic venues, the Palace Theater. A slew of famous performers have taken the stage there. Liza Minnelli, Frank Sinatra, so many. Now developers say they need to make room for retail stores in a redeveloped hotel. But they're not tearing down the legendary theater. They're lifting it up. A few stories. CNBC's Valerie Castro is there tonight.
In New York City's theater district, a performance of another kind is taking place.
What we're doing is we're taking a 100-year-old landmark theater and raising it up 30 feet. We've gone about 3 to 4 inches so far.
Times Square is prime real estate, so finding new space for development demanded creativity.
It was really critical to lift the theater in order to unlock that ground floor and then also unlock the whole potential of the overall building.
Making sure the landmarked Palace Theater's auditorium stays intact demanded meticulous engineering and intricate hydraulics. But day one of the lift began with just the push of a button.
Was that moment sort of a holding your breath type of situation?
Yes, absolutely. We're lifting a 14 million pound structure that's 100 years old. The threaded rods are really what's taking the load, and the post pushes it up. So the top plate goes up, then you lock the bottom nuts down, and then you lower the top plate and do it again. It's very slow inchworm type process.
The theater itself a Broadway mainstay since it opened in 1913.
Vaudeville was in its golden era.
First home to vaudeville performances.
Once you made it there, you knew that you had arrived in show business.
Theater historian John Kenrick knows it well.
While the orchestra section is tremendous, it's the mezzanine that just goes on and on. It's a tsunami of seats.
Beneath those seats, construction crews have found remnants of the past, an old program from the 1920s and a lady's paper fan. On the back, advertising the space as cool, inviting, and always interesting. Among its famed performers, Judy Garland, who some say remains here in ghostly form.
You suddenly just see this wisp of something move through the room, and for some reason they assume that it's Judy Garland.
The Palace Theater's storied past to be preserved for audiences of the future who will experience Broadway here at new heights.
So it really will be a really functional theater for the 21st century while also preserving the beautiful historic elements from the theater box.
And the theater is not just being raised up, it's also getting a $50 million facelift, and that renovation will include a new marquee and a grand entrance. The lift portion of this project will take about 4 to 6 weeks to complete, and the entire development, including the hotel and retail space, should be done by early next year.